Welcome to the show, everybody. Super excited to have with us today Daniel. Daniel is the CEO over at Loopring, of course, one of the hottest projects out there at the moment. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lark. I'm very glad to be here.
So, for anyone who hasn't heard about Loopring yet, can you tell us just quickly what is Loopring and what do you do?
Sure. Loopring is a protocol for ERC-20 token exchange, which combines the offline, off-chain order book and a on-chain settlement protocol smart contract. So it's a protocol that can be deployed on top of Ethereum, as well as other public blockchains, as long as they are capable of running smart contract and they have some token standard.
Okay, great. So this would apply across most blockchains then.
Yes, but I have to clarify one thing. Um, Many people didn't read the white paper. They think Loopring is a cross-chain protocol, which is not true. We are really interested in uh, dig, digging into this direction of research. We have a partner that we will announce in probably January with a very famous university with a professor who is also very well known in this blockchain crypto area. So we are going to do some research over there. But right now for the first version, I think we are going to focus on just one single chain to facilitate all the tokens trading with each other, but not cross-chain.
Mm-hmm. Cross-chain's hard, and a lot of people are trying to make that happen, but in-chain, okay. Cross-chain, that's kind of the golden standard for
Exactly.
what we need
That
in the
that
future.
problem takes sorry, that problem takes more than one team, to accomplish.
That's it. So with the Loopring protocol, you'll be able to exchange Ethereum and ERC-20 tokens. You'll be able to exchange Neo and other Neo-based tokens. You'll be able to exchange, for example, NEM and NEM-based tokens. Do you have any? Will you be able to operate on the NEM blockchain?
Um, Not, I cannot tell right now. Our first priority is still Ethereum because
Mm-hmm.
we believe it has the biggest ecosystem, right? They have a lot of tokens. And we are going to implement Loopring on top of Neo and Quantum as the second step, maybe starting from January.
Mm-hmm.
If we have bandwidth, we are going to explore maybe EOS or some other blockchains, but really depends on how much work we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only so much time in the day, of course.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Now, can you tell us exactly how does the LRC token work? What is the utility of it?
Mainly, LRC is going to be used as a fee to pay for the miners, the ring
Mm-hmm.
miners, not
Mm-hmm.
the Ethereum node miners. So there are two ways to pay the ring miners. The first one is use IRC as a uh, constant percentage of the value of the entire order, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second one is called a margin split. If you submit an order and the ring miner finds the other order that can fulfill your order with a better price, and you can buy more target token, or you can save more with your buying token, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can split this cost saving, or the profit with the miner. So in that case, you don't have to pay LRC, and actually you will get LRC because the miner will pay you the order submitter, pay them the LRC to buy the right to get the margin split. So during a trade, LRC is going to be paid this way or the other way around. So it's also going to increase the liquidity.
Very cool. Very cool. And I think that's really good to note as well. There are opportunities to earn with the coin as well. So it's not just something that you hope the value goes up over time of, but actually there are ways to earn with Loopring
Yes.
too. Now, can you tell us a bit about the beta and what's going on with that?
We almost put all the features in the beta right now. So let me say we have something that is not going into the beta, which is the support for the ERC-2023 standard. That one is going to be in the 2.0 release. So the release 1.0 is going to have full support for ERC-20. We are going to officially deploy this 1.0 version maybe at the beginning of next month. So we are going to release a new version this weekend, the beta 4 release.
Great.
And 1 week later, at most 2 weeks later, the final 1.0 release is going to be there.
Very cool. So lots of things happening. The development is moving forward, and
yes,
that is very cool. That is very cool. It's very exciting to see projects where things are happening all the time. It's very exciting indeed. Now, there's a lot of talk on the Reddit boards and across social media in general. Everyone just says, Loopring, Neo, what's the connection? Can you tell us a little bit about what your connection is with the guys over at Neo, if there is any connection at all?
Yes, I think we have a very good relationship. I know Da Hongfei, the founder of Neo, even before he founded this great project. So at that time, it's called AntShare or something like that. So we talked a lot during that time when I also had my own small company called CoinPERT, which is a centralized exchange, right? This is like a Bittrex, so I know him pretty well, and I like it very much. I like this conversation. Personally, I really enjoy, talking to Da Hongfei and his team. We share a lot of common belief. Even the Loopring project is also inspired by some ideas that Da Hongfei had. Professionally, I think we are going to have a very strong partnership, but I cannot tell much of the details because we are still figuring out the details.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good idea for Neo to have multiple protocols deployed on top of it, right? Because you cannot just say this one is the officially one, that one is not the official or not supported by the team. As a ecosystem, I think Neo needs some competition in any area, right? The protocol, apps, the apps. We think we are going to be doing really well on top of Neo, and I think Neo is very unique with this Chinese background, this huge market. It has a lot of potentials.
Very cool. Very cool. It's I think there's a really great development space going on around those different projects, your project and what Neo's doing and other projects around there. So I think there's a really cool meeting of minds happening. And I think it's great that you're involved with the guys over at Neo. But the important thing is, like you said, it's a protocol. Loopring can go on top of Neo, can go on top of Ethereum. It's not that, you're putting all of your cards on one blockchain by any means. That's what's great about Loopring. It's a protocol. It's not a solution for just one thing. You could go to many different places.
Yes. Now, we have a strategy of not only implementing Loopring on top of one blockchain. Our strategy is to implement protocol on top of the top 5 to 10 blockchains. So in the long run, Ethereum is the best one for now, right? But who knows, which is the most successful blockchain in 5 years. So as a protocol, you need to, get less risk, right? Yeah.
Very cool. Now, your protocol will allow for the basically decentralized exchange of assets. Have any exchanges actually come forward and said, we want to be involved with you yet? Or are you in talks with any exchanges at the moment? I know, of course, you can't mention any names, but is that something that's kind of going on in the background?
Yes, there are several exchanges. They have expressed their interest in Loopring, and they are trying to explore this protocol. They invited me to talk to their team, and there is a big one, in the list. But they haven't said to me that they really got to do this, because we have to demo our capability. We have to demo that this protocol can be used with our own wallet, right? To make them, to make them believe that this is really ready for production use.
Of course, it has to be working flawlessly in order for these guys to basically put their reputations on the line as a usable exchange, that this is going to work and work the way they want it to work.
Yes, I think exchanges is going to be the second wave of integrate Loopring, because wallet, they are going to integrate with Loopring, I think, much easier, much faster than the exchanges, because exchanges, they have a way of making money, right? But wallets, they don't have a better cash flow right now. And by integrating with Loopring, they provide a entry point for their users to not only transfer money, receiving money, they can also submit orders to do these trades, right? And that will actually compete with exchanges to grab the user from exchanges to their, So I think that's the mentality, and I love that. I think if more wallets adopt Loopring, then exchanges will be more willing to talk to us or talk to other protocols, right?
Very cool. Very cool. It'll be really interesting to see how the space develops. I know that, for example, Robinhood and Binance, obviously both East Asian projects, are not decentralized, but they want to be decentralized. So it'll be interesting to see if any partnerships happen with them, or of course with any other big exchanges out there as well. Now, you're not the only protocol in the space. Obviously, we have OX, for example. They are working on a protocol as well. How would you say you compare with the competition?
Well, first of all, I think this market is growing so rapidly. It has a lot of room for more than just one protocol, right? Loopring, I think, from the design perspective, from the infrastructure perspective, is more advanced than the other protocols that I have seen. 0x is very inspiring. I actually learned a lot from 0x design. I think compared to Loopring, 0x lacks in the ability to do automatic tradings. So you have to be online to pick the counterparty order to get fulfilled, right? If that part can be resolved, I would say 0x is going to become just like Loopring if that part is solved. So I don't know, 0x has an advantage of you can just handpick an order to match. So this is going to be, if I know a friend, he's going to trade with me, we can just, we don't need a third party to be involved to help us to do the trade. That's cool, right? And it's very easy to understand. But Loopring is more like solving the problems that current exchanges have, and not just to solve.
Not everybody has a friend.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we are going to see, who is going to win out, but we have the confidence. I think they are 3 or 4 months ahead of us in terms of completing the ICO, the research development. But we are working really hard. We have 12 engineers. We have a team of 12 people, and 10 of them, including myself, are engineers. We really act out and show the community what you can do with our product and our protocol.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I saw that you recently have struck a deal with a company called MLG Blockchain. Can you explain a little bit, what does that partnership mean for Loopring, and how's that going to work?
as I mentioned, we have a really small team, and most of the people are engineers. We have only one marketing full-time for international marketing operation. We have only one for China market specifically. So we need more people to work on marketing, on operations. But we really don't want to get this core team really huge. I like small teams because the conversation is really efficient. And from the cost perspective, I want to reduce cost. So the idea is to have partnership with other companies who are very strong in crypto area, in marketing. So we select one partner in North America. We have another partner in China. We may, in the future, to form another partnership in Europe, in Southeast Asia, Korea, Japan. So that's the way we are going to do operation and marketing, because as you know, a lot of teams, they have pretty good marketing team, but in the long run, these people are going to leave if they make a lot of money, right? They are not going to I think any crypto project, their team is going to be sooner or later decentralized, including the development team. So I don't want to have a very large team, several offices all over the world. From the cost perspective, it's not very smart. So that's the way to go.
Very cool. Very interesting, actually. And the final question I wanted to ask today is, looking forward towards the roadmap and towards future development of Loopring, what is the thing that maybe makes you the most excited, or that you're looking forward to the most in the future development of Loopring?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, I feel really excited every day.
That's a good way to
have,
go to work, isn't it? I feel the same way.
yeah, if you look at the GitHub repository, I contributed myself maybe 2/3 of the protocol code, maybe half of the wallet code. So when I implement those features in our smart contract, in our wallet, I just get more confidence, So I really enjoy this life, this work. Next year will be more exciting, especially the first half year. I think we are going to release 2.0, the new version to support ERC-20 We are going to release or even do a small ICO for Neo or Quantum. I don't know how to do that. We are going to distribute new IRC tokens on top of other blockchains, which we call IRC-X. The X is something X, right? Distribute the majority of those new tokens to current token holders. So we have a lot of work to do, and we are going to see whether this protocol will fly or not. We don't know yet, but we are going to see, because this crypto world is like crazy. Every day is a different day, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
It's always an adventure. Well,
Yeah,
that's great.
exactly.
Daniel, thank you so much for taking your time to talk with us. I know everyone's been really excited about it. I know you're a busy guy, so I wish you to have a lot of fun while you're over there in America. Hope you're making some good partnerships, and we really are going to be watching Loopring closely for the future developments as they move forward.
Thank you, Lark. Thank you for your time. I'm really glad to be here.